Greetings once again, heroes. Duuz-Diz-Din, back again with more of My Hero Academia. Previously, Japan has fallen into ruin, with All for One having unleashed prisoners from 6 prisons. I think it was 6. Regardless, a lot of very violent criminals have escaped and are wreaking havoc across Japan. Some people in certain neighborhoods have taken up armaments themselves in order to defend themselves. We then cut to Kisubutsu's Yoshindo and Tatami trying to evacuate some of these people and get them to the shelters, as several hero academies have turned themselves into shelters in order to keep what they need to surveil and who they need to protect in one place and not spread themselves thinner than they already are. But the people reject their offer, wanting to defend themselves. Enter Muscular, going around and beating down any hero he comes across. And while Yoshindo does manage to do some damage, it is only when Deku, as the Dark Hero, shows up on the scene, and we get to see Deku dish out all of his various quirks that he's gotten used to up until now, using the smoke screen to hide himself, Danger Sense to avoid Muscular's attacks, Black Whip to bind him, Float for easy evasion, and the superhuman strength to put Muscular down, especially when Yoshindo's attack actually comes into effect, as it did more damage to Muscular than he realized, leaving him open for one awesome smash from Deku. We find out that Izuku has essentially teamed up with Endeavor, Hawks, Best Jeanist, and All Might, as All for One will be sending villains after Izuku specifically in order to gain One for All. So while Deku's out and about, the other heroes will follow behind in his wake, capturing anyone trying to find Izuku in the process. It's a team up of the best. Will this plan work, or will the agents of All for One overwhelm them? Join me as I find out, won't you? I see. That's Shimura. Even though she died, she was still crying, huh? Of course. No one wants to find out what they thought was a good thing turned out so wrong. I should have been the one to kill him. Sorry about that. Don't be too stubborn. There are times when you need to kill someone to save them. Not words you should be saying to a child, but, well, he's not really in a position to do anything right now. Don't forget that. No matter what you decide to do, go settle things with the League of Villains, the Squad, Endeavor, Hawks, Best Genius, and All Might. We're teaming up in order to keep there from being more victims. In order to stop All for One, I am at my most awesome. The rain. Everything's more dramatic in the rain. Oh, she's here! I have to go. I have to hurry. There she goes, the monster. Jeez. No, stop. I haven't done anything. I was just scared. Please, stop. You're trying to trick us so you can attack us, aren't you? You can see right through you all. We have to get the hell out of here. Stop. Please calm down. I understand being nervous about a villain attacking during a rainy night like this, but please look carefully. She's showing no signs of hostility. Please leave her to me. Please. See, this is also showing something that has kind of been in the background, is how people feel about heteromorphs, or people who don't look like normal people. It's always there in the background, but it's rarely too far at the forefront. But it's always there. Of course, they attack what seems dangerous. It's her fault for walking around dressed like that at night. What a line. What a line. Don't do something so confusing. Assholes. Freaking victim blaming. Are you alright? Why are you walking around on a night like this? I was late evacuating. This town didn't change that much at first, so I thought things would calm down if I just holed up at home. But then there were incidents all over the place. I got scared and ran out, thinking I had to get to a shelter. I'm sorry. I just got scared all of a sudden. I think everyone else is scared too. Will it ever go back to how they were before? I will make it go back. Oh, sorry, I have to go. I love how he uses his float ability. Are you alright? Oh my, huh? Please take her to a shelter. I can't stay with her. Wait, take this with you. A lunch. There are pork cutlets inside, so it'll give you energy. Thank you very much. Oh, young Midoriya. This devastation. It's like we've gone back in time, trying not to catch the eyes of villains. Just hiding every day. Banjo. It's like when superpowers first appeared. Yeah, that was, only like 100 or so years ago, right? Or was it longer? I forget what the timeline in all of this is. But, I mean, much like civil relations. You go from the year 1900 to the year 2000 in America. A lot of civil relations have changed there, too. I mean, I know. Shigaraki and All for One, Dabi, the Nomus, the League of Villains. We still don't have any hints about where they are. The police have their hands full with the jailbreakers, and the investigation appears to be delayed. They're doing whatever they want. Shigaraki with the transplant from All for One's court is so strong that I can't even stop him with the help of Endeavor and Mr. Aizawa. I need to draw out One for All, or I can't stop anything. You two better start helping soon too. We need your cooperation to fully unleash the power of One for All. We're counting on you, my heroes. Come on. First, Banjo released his power, and then Shinomori and Shimura and En also agreed to fully unleash the power of the Ninth, so they have to agree before he's able to do anything. I never actually thought about that. Is it that they have to think that he's ready? But then again, a few of them said they were kind of surprised when he used their ability too. I never actually thought about it, but I wonder what triggers it. Maybe we found out, and I just don't remember? I don't know. Kid, use this time to get used to the other quirk, especially Shinomori's and Ends. Oh, geez. That way you can imagine using them smoothly when you wake up. That's a good idea. Mental training. We lived during the cruelest era, during the height of All for One's physical prowess, when he single-mindedly spread his control. Those under his control were unaware that they were being controlled. Our leader was worried about the future, and in order to overcome All for One's control, led a group to fight him. You were there too, so you should have seen it. Yes, in order to get at your brother. We had used many lives as stepping stones. At the end of our fight, all that mattered was winning or losing. See, that's the thing about really intense fights. Sacrifices end up being made, and the luxury of looking at those on the good side and seeing what they do as irreprehensible and no better than the bad guys, sometimes that's unfortunately not a luxury. Sometimes being good just gets you killed. What matters more? Your morality or victory? Living or dying? Are we now supposed to leave it to some crazy illusion who says he wants to save our archenemy? A crazy illusion. That's sad. Then why? On that day? Yeah, that's the significance of this room. This is how the power was passed on. That day. Why did you reach your hand out to me? If you hadn't taken me out of that room, nothing would have begun. I was so curious about their past, because even now we don't fully know what the situation was between all of them. It's this. This is as far as this really goes. These two freedom fighters fighting against All for One freed his brother. What was the significance of that? I don't know. In the first place, you have no choice but to leave it to him. You've realized this. That's why you've appeared here, isn't it? Do you really think it'll all end with that boy? Yes, the origin of One for All was my desire not to yield to my brother. But because you reached your hand out to me back then, One for All began. He looks so much like Bakugo. The stage is ready. In order to defeat All for One, what we've connected, gather it here. The power of One for All. Release it all. Listen, boy. We're accelerating now. Right. He said as eating. Hired gun. Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Idiot, hurry up and run. We're up against Endeavor. A nail gun support item. It's way too superpowered to be used for regular construction. Damn Detenorant distributing things like this. I'm still kind of mad at the anime for not going deeper into the Detenorant situation. Because here we're seeing the result of that. Them distributing these support items and basically selling them on the black market. Like, there was something deeper to the whole paranormal liberation front and stuff. But they really glossed over a lot of the details of that. Such a shame. Batmobile. Hawks! Best genus too! Fiber fire. Ignited arrow. Ooh, dead. What the hell, Endeavor? And you get down to it, it's all your fault. You're right. That's why I'm here. Nice. Like, yeah, that doesn't give you a free pass. Those jailbreakers. As usual, there's nothing connecting them to him. You haven't been able to get any good information, huh? Even so, we have to keep doing this. Get away, you jinx. Leave this place right now. If you caught Shigaraki and the others that had a night of escape, the jailbreakers wouldn't be here right now. Get us back at town in our lives. Let's go, Endeavor. Yeah, it's just like, okay, if they go away, then what? that's the only argument now. Is like, I get it, it's them getting their frustrations out, but it's just like, they go away. Then what? You save yourselves? I don't know. But ultimately, that is the problem, that they would do it themselves, but this takes more skill than they realize. As someone would say, the press say, that Shigaraki was after someone other than you. But you are still hiding things from us. Cowards. If those of those Dobby Bird were on TV, did you see them? Your son friend did this. Get away from here. My despair comes back every time I see you. You fake. Or see you again. Jeez, really? I see. Yes, I understand. Please continue investigating the Paranormal Liberation Front headshot. No progress. Should we get another kilometer or two away from Midoriya's group? If the press figure out that we're working together, then even Midoriya will have stones thrown at him. Yeah, let's stagger what we're doing even more. We can't make Deku Bear even more burned than he already is. Even if he wants it, even if it's what he wants. We're using his One For All as bait to draw out the League. Those guys really laying low though, aren't they? The jailbreakers, especially the supervillains from Tartarus, appear to be under some type of order from the League, hiding under the confusion of what's going on in this society, and getting One For All at the same time would be the most logical. Especially if they're up against heroes that are already afraid at the edges. If I were on All For One, then I'd go on the offensive. It's just as Deku said after all. He's prioritizing taking over Shigaraki after losing to All Might. He couldn't survive without being connected to tubes, but now he's made Shigaraki really strong, and he's probably trying to take over his body. Yeah, it's like, it's messed up, but it makes a lot of sense. It's like, he's been beaten, bashed, and broken by All Might way too many times, and, despite how many powers he takes on, he is at his limit. So, why not go into a newer, younger body? It's Orochimaru rules, basically. According to Garaki, who's in detention, Shigaraki's body was boosted up before it was completed. I don't know how All For One plans to move in, but it's clear that Shigaraki needs to be completed first. And then, once that's accomplished, his next goal, to take back One For All, becomes possible. There's something that bothers me about that. What? Based on what Midoriya and All Might said, you need a strong body to use it. So it's easy to understand why you need Shigaraki's young, strong body. But I don't really understand why Shigaraki's hatred is also necessary. Actually didn't think about that. I don't remember that. Why is Shigaraki's hatred necessary? It was just to be able to overwhelm the will of One For All, right? They said that not too long ago. Yeah. Is it the strength of feeling that's important? Since there are 8 people's minds in there, you need to be able to surpass those. But All For One has been chasing One For All, has been chasing his brother for many generations. He must have a extraordinary amount of hatred for the successors already. On top of that, he was put into that condition by All Might. Do you think that hatred isn't enough? Or maybe he doesn't have any? It's just my impression of him. But doesn't he seem like he's laughing all the time? Yeah, like he's just enjoying himself. He doesn't feel hate. He's actually overjoyed by everything going on. He's the most ultimately apathetic. He delights in the chaos too much to actually feel any sort of hatred. If anything, it's more like a kid kind of throwing a bit of a tantrum. It's just like, damn, I lost the game. Oh well, on to the next one. Kind of situation. Missing a heart. In any case, the supervillains are lacking information too. They're not making any moves either. If they want to avoid fighting, then we can use that. Even if it means having fewer people maintaining public order. Maybe we should expand the search right now. It's a dilemma. If public order gets worse, then we'll face more criticism from the public. It'll be harder to get support too. There's a limit to how high you can take up a helm. Well, you're still moving. Young man, you haven't slept much, have you? You can sleep soundly on a fluffy bed now. Yeah, he's in the situation that I was in, worrying about this great hero, essentially. Oh! What was that? Don't tell me. The young man's GPS signal is gone. Damn it. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I love this music playing in the background. Boy dressed in green. I'm taking you with me. Taking me? I didn't come across the villain by chance. I'm her target. This is it. This is it. A jailbreaker with ties to him. Don't move, and I'll let you keep your limbs. A hired gun from All For One. Oh, wait, what? Oh, this is where the commercial break comes in? Weird. Bestogenus. Hawks. Boy dressed in green. Ooh. Zoom in on the maps. Don't move. Oof. I didn't remember that the port was in her hand. Makes sense, but for some reason I never remembered that. And I'll let you keep your limbs. A hired gun for All For One. Your power, One For All. Should be okay. But there's one thing that worries me. All For One and Shigaraki can't steal One For All yet. And without Garaki, they have no way of keeping the factor viable. In the last fight, we dug up all of Garaki's facilities too. Therefore, the best choice for the villains is to catch you alive. But most jailbreakers wouldn't be able to do that. The only one who could is a woman who who was in Tartarus is that she was also in the same line of work as me as my senior. Of course, we're prioritizing looking for her too, but if she approaches you, please run away as fast as you can. Bullet interwoven with dark blue and pink fibers. You moved, didn't you? Danger sense. Ooh, there's no mistaking it. It's her, from Public Safety Commission hero, Lady Nagant. She broke my secure communicator. I have to go back. Oh, the Bay. Oh, this episode alone has 2 girls who are just the breakouts of this series. Like, the amount of love coming for these women. Oh, and one of them doesn't even have a name. She's just called Ordinary Woman. But Lady Nagant, yes. She is everything I hoped she would be and more. She broke my secure communicator. All my Hawks and the others should understand that something's wrong, but I couldn't tell them that it was Lady Nagant. It's possible that she'll go after them when she comes rushing here. What should I do? Should I run like how I was told? You don't have any choices anymore. Oof. Yeah, she's curving the bullets. Literally inspired by Wanted and Angelina Jolie. High angle fire. Ooh! What a trajectory like that. I see. No wonder All For One wants you. Oof! She's crazy. Snipe. Which hero should we keep an eye on? Yes, 100 current heroes. If she weren't around, I'd be the best in Japan at long-distance shooting. My quirk homing lets me hit targets I can see within 600 meters. I can't choose where I hit them, and it doesn't have much power, but it's great, right? Now she could do that with just technique, and from a place 3 kilometers away. She's taking away all the businesses. The secret is in the bullet. She can mold the bullets into any shape she wants. She mixes her two-tone hair like Exy Putty? Wait, epoxy putty? I've never heard of that before. Huh. I just love her hair, though. I love two-toned hair. And then once she's done, they harden and turn into her bullets. That is such a cool ability. Just instant bullets. But it also means she has to make sure her hair is, nicely done up and stuff. Because, if you're going to have to keep ripping your hair out in order to get ammunition, from curving bullets to hollow point bullets, anything is possible. She's a human sniper rifle. Her quirk is rifle. All long-distance quirk holders are jealous of her right hand. Precision, even Mr. Snipe was jealous of. Can she fire in succession too? Without force, I would have been done a long time ago. But with the first shot and the one just now, I can tell where she is. About 1 kilometer ahead. Her range is 3 kilometers instead of trying to dodge her bullets while getting out of range. I'll get closer. It's like, yeah, it's the thing about snipers. Get close. Don't get farther away. Get closer. That's your best bet at doing something about them. And the first time anyone's dodged more than 1 bullet, pop, yeah. Overhaul. I need to hurry to him. Yes, after I finish this. Hide before the target gets here. Stay here for a bit. Maybe I should have gotten rid of him already. Yeah, it's such a weird situation where she helped him out, but it's also showing that she's a little soft. In more than one way. Walk faster. Do you want to be locked up again? Pop, what's wrong with this guy? Treacherous hero. The lovely Lady Nagant. It's an honor to meet you. All for one. There was a time when I was after you too. I have a favor to ask you. You're different from the others. After this, a certain boy, a student from UA, will likely leave school and act on his own. I want you to bring that boy to me. A number of powerful people will probably be watching him from afar, so separate them first before starting the fight. Yeah, he knew all of it. For example, you could wait for rain. Wait, who said I'd do it? You let the others out telling them to just go wild. So why am I the one that has to do something like that? You killed a hero who was your ally. The destruction of heroes society that you desire will never come if that boy is around. False hope, huh? Pop, the young head of the Shie Hasaika. He a friend of yours? No. He's broken, so I thought I could use him for something. He is also a victim who was crushed by the evil hero society. Deliver a finishing blow to those detestable heroes. Come, I'll hire you for a job. Here's a small deposit. Here it comes. Airwalk. Oh, it's so beautiful. Even in the manga it was beautiful. I'll carry out my mission. It's just good to see her in action. Like, even in the manga, I knew I'd love that scene of her airwalking animated, and it did not disappoint. If it's just so brief, but she looks so elegant dancing on the air. It's like she's tiptoeing across. Am I simping hard for her? Yes, I am. I will freely admit it. Like, an instant favorite of mine. But this is a great situation for Deku because it's one of a good opportunity for him to really show off his moves. Whereas Muscular he defeated pretty much with ease with both his mind and his powers. This is a woman who will really take Deku like pretty to the brink. Again, another reason to love her. But it also really shows that Deku came up with a great plan, but then here's also All For One who comes up with a great plan. And that's the ultimate, juxtaposition. All Might, he wasn't a planner. He was just very tough and tenacious. But Deku, he's a planner of the same caliber of All For One. Even beyond that, honestly. It's just fascinating. It's fascinating to me. Great animation, great story, great character work, all good stuff. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think of Lady Nagant? And are you excited to see this showdown against the assassin? Let me know in the comments. Also remember to subscribe so you don't miss out. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Take care and bye-bye.